1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out there in Banjo land, Mike Heading here, coming to you today with another melodic fiddle tune in the key of D. We're going to do the old tune, Over the Waterfall. It's got a beautiful old melody. I think this is one of those songs that probably started as more of like an old-time tune, but it's definitely made its way into bluegrass jams. You might even hear it in like an Irish jam or something like that, so it's got a little bit of a crossover appeal. We're just in standard G tuning, but we're going to be playing in the key of D, so it's really good practice. I didn't alter any of my strings, just standard G tuning, but we're going to be thinking and playing out of the key of D. So I've got an A part variation, and a basic B part and a B part variation. In the A part, we're going to play it more melodic style, and then in the B part, we're going to get into some cool single string licks. So you're going to get some good practice mixing styles. You're also going to get some really good practice transitioning from more down here on the neck to up to this kind of first position melodic position that is used a lot playing fiddle tunes. So you're going to get some good transitioning practice on this lesson. I'll break down the solos note for note exactly as I played at the beginning, and then we'll dive into some more intermediate level backup. So we're going to do vamping all over the neck, some rollings, how to throw in little melodic licks, how to throw in some scrug style licks. We'll break that stuff down in the backup section. All right, here's Over the Waterfall in the key of D. All right, let's start breaking down this basic A part to Over the Waterfall. Remember, we're just in standard G tuning, but we're playing in the key of D. So I didn't modify the fifth string at all. We're just in standard G tuning, like I said. So let's play the first 6 measures. This will be like the little intro, and then we'll jump into the first part of the A part, like the first opening phrase. Let's start breaking it down. Here we go. A few times, a little faster. One time really slow. Okay, so let's start breaking it down. So you'd only want to play the first 2 measures if you were starting the song from square one. If you are coming from backup, you'll want to skip measure 1 and only play part of measure 2, and I'll break that down in a second. But basically these first 2 measures are going to be an intro, and we're just going to do like a little thing to set the tempo basically. So we're going to hit the open D string twice. I got my 2-finger D down, and then a little partial roll middle finger, and then a forward roll. So you have, and then we're going to hit that open 4th string again twice, and then a little run. So I did D string, open, or A note, 2nd fret, 3rd string, D string, and then 5th fret. We're just getting up into this melodic position. There's going to be a lot of transitioning from this shape down here, which is basically like your D, to this like up the neck melodic position up here. So you're going to get some good transition practice in this lesson. Basically what I think of is your middle finger moves from the 5th fret, or the 3rd fret, excuse me, to the 5th fret. So we're doing that little move. And then you're up into this shape. So that's all we're doing, not too hard. So we have, and then we're going to play an opening melody. So 4th fret, and then reach your pinky up to the 7th fret of the 1st string, and then a little run. So you just go down the notes pretty much G, F sharp, E, and then C sharp. So we have 4, 7, those are the frets. and then open, 4th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret. And so we're going from a D to an A, and then back to D. So that's where we have our first lick is like a D, and then this is an A. So you can hear, if you want to do it without the intro, just play the open D string and then the 5th fret. So that'd be like the easiest way to do a pickup. So maybe you're coming from back up, like that. And then we're going to do a little walk down, open D, open B string, and then ring finger, 7th fret of the 4th string. So it's kind of like a phrase you can hear. And then we basically play that same phrase again. And then we just have a little response. It's just like a little bouncing thing. D, C sharp, 6th fret, 3rd string. Open D, 5th fret, D. It kind of almost makes more sense to see it visually. What we're doing is what I call the bouncing technique, where our melody note is the D. So in this case, open 1st string, and we're kind of bouncing around that note. We're just doing it melodically. Very like a fiddle or mandolin way to play that melody. If you wanted a really easy way, you could do just like hit the open D, but see how we're bouncing around it to fill that up? You get some good index and middle practice going back and forth too. And then we pick it back up. So let's play that opening phrase a few times. That's a big part of the A part. So we have a little faster. So what I would work on for this lesson is you can experiment with the tone. I might play it actually a little bit more up here. The other thing you want to make sure is you get it's good practice to keep your fingers away from the strings. I found when you're doing that index and middle thing, you're gonna get a little pick noise because you're playing a string that's vibrating still, but you want to confidently pick through the string so you're not hitting the string and then resting on it. Because if you hear that, you get a little pick noise if you do it that way. So make sure you're confidently picking through those strings. So, and just the other thing is just make sure you don't rush through the opening phrase. And then right here. Moving on, same melody. And now we're going to go into a C, so 7th fret, open B, and then land on the 5th fret, which is a C note. So we're going from a D there to a C, which is the flatted 7th. It has a very cool sound. Another song that does that is Cuckoo's Nest. So we have, and then land on this 5th fret. And then a little run, and then G open, and that's just a roll there to get us back in. So we have, and then open D, and then 5th fret starts it over. Hear how, so you'd have, so you can just loop that part. That'd be like half of the A part. Bouncing thing on the C too. We're going, if you play a single string, that's what the notes would be. So we're kind of just bouncing around. A very simple way would be, but we're kind of bouncing waltzing around with that open D. And then G. So that's the basic A part.